It's a beautiful morning and we have here the one and only activist, Seizing activist. Tumempatia jina officially the president of comedy as well. Akona titles mingi, nabii, prophet, yani uko na mambo mingi sana. Na leo look imeweza. Ilibidi. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm happy. I'm joyful, I'm jumpy, nasikia poa sana. Kuanzia jana sijalala vile nimelala leo. Hata nimechelewa huku Citizen.
Kikubwa kimekufurahisha ni kipi?
Ni kile rais alifanya kwa kuwafire wale cabinet secretaries. Na ilikuwa kitu ya kwanza tulikuwa tunaomba. Hata ukisikia kwa ile speech yangu ya nabii, it was number 1. So ni kama alianza na hiyo. Na akimaliza speech akasema we are going to do more changes and more firing. So na ngoja kuona kifaya hawa watu wa Kenya Power. Simumia hapa sana tokens.
Sana.
Ken James, KBC, hizi maparastatal wote waende. So me, I'm very happy. I'm extremely happy. And President has stopped listening to his people and now he's listening to the people. And I get, he used to listen to his people, now he's listening to the people. And he's on the right track because the voice of the people is the voice of God. Umeelewa? Na niliambia plug juzi, ndio aliniuliza na kiburi sana, wewe ni nani? Unaongelesha rais kama nani? Na sipo nini? Nikama plug if he fires. If he fires, ameanza kuingia, he might be creating the greatest legacy of any Kenyan president or African president. And what he needs to do is make sure now that he has the space. Rais amepewa opportunity ya kutoka mabeste yake. Unajua kutoka mabeste yako ni ngumu sana. Tudi mimi nikupea job, siwezi kukunyang'anya. Lakini watu wote wakasema utolewe, nitakwambia Tudi, sio mimi. So akona opportunity ya kumake history and kumake Kenya a trend worldwide. By number 1 appointing a Mama Mboga cabinet secretary and appointing a Boda cabinet secretary.
How is that possible?
It's possible because out of 5 bodas, 3 are graduates. Hata hapa nje ukienda uangalie sahi. Just pick 5 randomly. Watatu ni graduates wa KU ama UN. And after those 3 when ni graduates, 1 akona first class honors.
Let me ask her.
Yes, ask.
Maybe Eric, if an opportunity was presented to you, ukwe one of the CS maybe in the next cabinet. Unaweza kubali?
Mimi hata sitaki kuwa CS. Mimi nataka kuambia President Ruto. Hapa kama mjadala wa leo na muomba ya kwamba aniite, aniulize, Eric, kwa nini umeshikwa for 2 years? Ni nini uliona? Ni nini ulitamani? What was in your heart and your brain and your spirit and your soul? Why did you stop comedy and start going to the street?
So right now you're ready to meet him?
Yes, I want to advise him. I want to tell him I'm happy with him. He's listening to the people.
Remember, Sai pia hana an official advisor.
Hana official advisor. Me, I'll tell the president why in 2022. Ending. So it's 2.5 years. I started going to the street and my message has never changed. It has been corruption, na corruption ni CSS. Hapo ndio naanza hapo. So, Mr. President, call some of us. Call some of us.
You are ready.
Yes, and ask us, Eric, ni nini hiyo uliona?
Sasa hivi unajua kusema awaite, probably watadhania now you're ready for dialogue.
Not dialogue.
Okay.
We're ready to give the president spiritual advice. Shikosi, unajua kile kitu tumesema ime happen. Si ndio? Ilianza huko na Ezekiel Mutua. Hakuna kitu tumesema haja happen. If I was the president, I would sit back and say, ni nini hii? You get? Yeah? But if the president wants to win, cabinet yake isikuwe na politicians. Ikuwe na Wakenya. Ikuwe na Wakenya. Ikuwe na young people. Yeah? Because revolution has been pushed by the young people. So I take his time, I breathe in, I breathe out. Aombe, I seek wisdom, I seek advice. Yeah? Before I appoint. Yutaka tusirudi sikie ni coalition government of parties tena. Toka tumerudi back to penye tulitoka. Sisi kuna kitu tuko nayo. Kuna kitu tumeona. Na tunaweza saidia rais.
So
that I can tell you.
So Eric, at this point you are supporting President Ruto as we speak right now.
You see, even in war, when you ukipata gains, sasa tumepata gain, you retreat, you breathe, you re-strategize, you wait. So President Ruto ali move chess, tukasema noma. So Sasa namsupport but nimefurahi na yeye because he has listened to the people. President Ruto has always been listening to his people. I can tell. Anaambiwanga iko nini. Hao ni TikTokers. Yeah? Hao ni cloud chasers. Yeah?
So umekuwa kwa street for like 2 years now as we speak. What is going to make you go back again to the street? Because mambo ni mengi.
If the president does not fire the inspector general, if the president does not fire all parastatal heads, we will go back to the street louder, stronger, bigger, noisier, messier, if it does not do that.
Kenyans have also been concerned about this office, the office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary. Because wengine wanasema it's not in the constitution and things like that. What is your stand as a commander?
Mr. President, I know Musalia Mudavadi campaigned with you. I know he supported you, and I feel you. In life, it's important to reward, to say thank you. For truly nikuja ni kusupport. Si nilikuja nini yako? Hiyo ukicelebrate 100. So uliniambia thanks. Mr. President, I understand that Mudavadi supported you. But you have an opportunity given to you by Kenyans to do the right thing. Mr. President, do not include any person that people expect or know in your government.
So you think the position should also be...
It is not constitutional. It is the easiest to abolish.
You're from a morning show, and you think kuna positions pia that should be reduced.
Yes.
Labda unaweza ongea.
Women reps.
Yeah.
We had a clause, Shiko, you're a woman, in the Finance Bill 2024 that was going to tax women's pads. And it was discovered and brought on the limelight by men, young men. We had a clause that was going to tax pads. And it is young people, Gen Zs, who are men, who are fighting and discovered the pads in the Finance Bill. While we have 47 women reps, what are they repsing? If not women. They could not come together in a forum of 47 and a manner and raise their voice and refuse kusikue na pads. Kazi ya women rep ni nini? That's number one. Mr. President, toa.
Women.
Yeah. Katakan referendum. Number two, we need to reduce the number of governors to 24. Shiko. From 47 to 24 counties.
That's almost half.
Almost half. The state of Texas in the US, it's led by a governor. Effectively, do you know Texas is twice the size of Kenya? Kenya inaingia kwa Texas mara mbili, inaliona governor effectively. Unaona kitu tunapenda Kiambu na Tattoo City. Yeah. It's just the tip of an iceberg. We need to reduce counties by half, by more than half. 24. Tukireduce counties inamaanisha tuko na 24 governors, tuko na 24 senators. Inatoa burden ya tax kwa wananchi.
And probably, do you think it's possible, or rather, do you think it will be effective, like as soon, because hey, Gen Z wanataka vitu zifanyike
haraka.
Yeah, will probably take
right now
today, hotspots.
Mzee tunamalizia. Right now, Shiko, you can see I'm very upbeat. Nimefurahi sana.
Yeah.
Right now, as Eric Omondi, for the first time, I'm not demanding from Ruto. I'm not demanding. For the first time, I am suggesting. I am proposing. I am requesting. Sasa toni yangu imechange. Naomba. Mr. President, it will take time. But before you leave office, Mr. President, remember you are the last of your generation. You could be greater than Kibaki. You will be greater than Uhuru, than Moi, even, okay, the founding fathers Tamguza. But you will go down as the greatest president in Africa. If you appoint a Mama Mboga to the cabinet secretary, a border to cabinet secretary, if you make sure before the end of your term, you take us to a referendum. I can take us to a referendum. I thought about it. I can start it now. It is constitutional.
Yeah.
But if the president can take us to a referendum to reduce the number of governors and counties, atawacha legacy yenye itakuwa celebrated internationally. Because pesa mingi, we thought we devolved services, we devolved corruption. Counties are more corrupt than the national government. Nashiko, mimi sina mbio juu, tunaenda step by step. Executive, we are done. Not completely, but we are done. County, we are coming. Parliament, nimewambia, mimi wenye rais alisign IBC, nilisema yes. Sasa naombanga tu nasema, nangoja tu hivi nasema tu IBC ngie.
Are you suggesting a dissolved peer parliament?
Hiyo tuachie.
2027?
Hawatafika. Wale walivote yes. Hawatafika Shiko. Niseme ingine, hawatafika. We are going to recall all of them. Hawatafika 27 ya nini? Hata wezi enda funeral saizi. Hata wajaenda ushago, wamejifunga, hata wendi church. Hata wezi kuja hapa. Shiko, fiki 2027. Plan ni simple. You Ruta tuachie. Amesign IBC, a constitute IBC, tuachie. Tuko na energy. Unajua Gen Z na millennials, tuko na time, hatuna employment. We are going to recall every MP that voted yes.
Wale ambao wali apologize.
Kwanza hao ndo tunaanza nao. Kwanza don't apologize. Tuanza na wewe. Shut nisikas. Usiapolo atutaki. Kama kuna mtu wataka dialogue na ulisikia vitu walikuwa nasema hiyo time. Kwanza kuna mmoja alikuja akasema, liniuma. Wawili ni mabeste wangu, zo sitataja jina zao. Mmoja alikuja akasema kwa TV akasema, Mr. Speaker sir, I went to Kenyatta University and I am an editor. Mr. Speaker sir, I am a graphic designer. Those things that you're seeing, Mr. Speaker, are doctored photos and videos. Yes. Mwingine na best yangu akasema ile siku the first time Gen Z walienda taa walikuwa wengi, mlikuwa ka 10,000. Ati ali drive from State House ndio wakaenda kupitisha. Akasema akienda nini? Akasema kwa parliament. I'm just from State House. I drove through Kenyatta Avenue. I didn't see any demonstrations. Akaulizwa, you didn't see anyone? No, I saw some TikTokers. I saw some young people dancing and with phones and iPhones, but I didn't see any demonstrations.
Kuna pia yule wa KFC iPhone.
Kuna ule mama alisema bado mtanivotia na nimevoti yes na nitalekuja na pesa na nini, si ndio? They are going home. President Ruto, hiyo sikusumbue, we deal na nini na parastatals. Deal na tuachie legislature.
Hata sishughulike nayo.
Rais tulia. Wewe hakikisha kuna IBC. Fiki wanafika kufanya nini? Kama kwa hawezi enda, hata we are doing them a favor. The people shouted loudly no. And you went against them as their representative. You no longer represent us. You are thieves. You are conmen. And if actually we won't stop there. Tukisha watoa wanyamaze. Wakiongea kamiti.
Maybe Mr. President, there is some conversations around the scopes of Gen Zs are pushing the button a bit too far, especially after hashtag Ruto must go, ilianza ku make way online. Where maybe do you think that Gen Zs, first of all, do you think that the Gen Zs and the youth that are going on the streets are pushing the button a bit too far? Alafu pia, now that the cabinet was dissolved, alafu kuna watu wanataka now, because it is a decision that was triggered by what was happening on the streets by the voice of people. So people are asking, they want now to participate in now the reconstitution of the government. Yes. Yeah. How do you think that would go and what's your opinion on that?
So that is where Ruto will win or lose. What he does next. What he's done now, he's on the right path now. Yeah? What he does next will determine whether he stays on the right path and we go back to the street. Let me help you understand Gen Zs. And I think I have the moral authority to speak on this issue. Because I think, saa zingine pia, because nimelala kwa flaws mingi za cells mingi, na nimeangushwa hata sasa niko na uchungu hapa kutoka kwa farasi. I think I have the right to say what I'm about to say. I think I understand what the demonstrations are about because I started them 2 years ago. I think I have the scope of what we want and how we want it because I started it 2 years ago. Actually, to be precise, 2.5 years ago. Nilianza na ile Place 75. The Gen Zs, if I may quote one pastor, is a hammer that God is using to change things in Kenya. The Gen Zs have done their part.
Yeah.
Wamekuja waka change systems, waka shake foundations. Mungu amewatumia. But me where I'm standing at right now today after kitu Ruto alifanya jana, I want to stand back and observe for a day or two. What will the president do next? Then from there I can tell people ndio tunaipata. That's what nimezistipulate hapa.
Yeah.
Fire so and so, fire the IG of police, reduce governors, appoint mama mboga. And then mama mboga mimi na insist najua kwa nini. Tudi nikikupromise kitu hapa Kenya, lazima nikipromise yangu. That's the only way tuta fight corruption na tutakuwa accountable. Nikikupromise kitu lazima nikisema tutafanya interview hapo India Citizen at 8. The president never talked about young people, or he did kidogo, never talked about doctors. The president never talked about lawyers. He never talked about surgeons. He talked about mama mboga and boda boda. Severally, continuously, consistently, persistently. He said, huyu mama mboga, huyu boda boda, tukiingia pale, tunainua huyu. Tunatengeneza serikali ya mama mboga.
Ya hustler.
Mr. President, appoint a mama mboga. Mr. President, appoint a mama mboga wako. Wako na wako na madigrii. Wako hapa Kilifi na pale Kakamega. Tutawapata.
Yeah.
Na mama mboga can also be symbolic. So lazima kuwe ni mama anauza mboga.
Okay, Eric, now that wewe ndo.
Yes.
After Ruto cabinet, so many people felt kwamba that is not the solution bado. At the same time, ingia pale on X, watu wana argue that some of the CSs kama Murkomen wanafaa wafanyie uchunguzi kama EACC because they are no longer in the cabinet because Murkomen kuna so many cases watu wanasema alikuwa on a final part ya kulist the KIA to some groups jina kama wapi. Do you think kwamba
Nikutana na wengine Kisumu jana.
Yeah.
Wanakaa waindi hivi.
Yeah. Do you think the president anafaa sasa kutake that role ya sasa jamaa ametoka pia anasema he fights corruption, achunguze wenye sasa walikuwa kwa power na walikuwa wana flaunt money kwenye atijua mtoa.
So one thing at a time. Tusichanganye station. Tusianze kuingia kotini na Murkomen sahi. Energy itaenda hapo. So let's fire first. Let's finish what we started. Tumeanza na cabinet secretaries, tunaenda our parastatals, tunaenda IG of police. Kuna mtoto hata tujazika alishutiwa na polisi. Kuna watu wamekufa wengi sana mnajua. IG aende, we deal with the atuna nini Gen Zs ni wayang. Tuko na time bro. Our MPs walivote yes waende si 2027. Hiyo ni insult to watu walikufa. Waende sahi. Tukimaliza hiyo tukae chini tuseme aya wapi Murkomen come. Atuachi mtu. But tusianze kudivert. Tuanze kusema ati tuende kotini nini. Tumalize kazi. Tuoshe nyumba. Let me tell you. Kenya ni nyumba inanuka. Iko na choo 3 hazijaflashiwa wiki 2. Iko na panya zilikuwa ziko poison zimekufa kama 10. Iko na vyombo hazijaoshwa for 2 months. Ni nyumba inanuka, lazima tuioshe. Tuioshe kwanza. Tuoshe vyombo, tuende chini ya kitanda tuoshe, tutoe kila kitu nje. Mattress iko na mattress watoto walikojolea. Haijaitolewa. Umeona hiyo picture? So we clean the house first. Then after we clean the house, tuseme sasa tuna change nini? Tupige rangi, tu change dirisha, tununue mattress mpya. Hiyo ndio sasa akina Murkomen. For now, we just stay on track. But me I want to say without fear. na plug kuna kitu tuliongea pale nyuma. Mr. President, you are a very spiritual man and you are a very prayerful man and you know what you have done. You have listened to the people and the voice of the people is the voice of God. Mr. President, you are on the right track. Do not leave the track. For the very first time, after 2.5 years, Eric Omondi is uttering these words. You are on the right track. You have done well to throw everyone under the bus. God will judge you rightfully. Ulikuwa mahali lazima uwatupe under the bus. Mr. President, it is okay for you to save yourself. Because me, I have a feeling. Ruto akisema pengine, siko sure, akisema huyu mama mboga, huyu boda boda. We don't know, maybe he meant it. But when alingia kwa governor, akasurroundiwa na all these CSS, all these friends, all these cronies, wakamwambia wewe bwana wacha hiyo. Mama mboga gani? Hii serikali ni yetu. Si wanasemanga kwa Barambe? Wanasemanga hii serikali ni yetu. So maybe Ruto is not the problem. Nasema maybe. I'm here to see. Maybe now Ruto atarudi kwa ile promise alisema. Juu saizi uli notice jana Ruto after amalize pressa akiwa kubaki uli notice ako peke yake. It was a very weird scene. Yeah. He was alone. Hakuna Waiguru, hakuna mtu, alijifungulia mpaka mlango. That is where the president is and it's the best place to be. So jana alilala peke yake, akaangalia ceiling boards. Akafikiria, where did the rain start beating us? What did they promise Kenyans? What is going on with my country? So ana reflect. So maybe Ruto meant the promises he made until he got into office. Yeah? So Mr. President, on the right track, make sure lift wa Kenya, make sure you have a lean. How many cabinet secretaries were there?
Jana, kwenye
20, reduce cabinet to 14. Kuna zingine kama nini? Hii ababu iko sawa, ali mix ni youth. Arts. Sasa ukiona youth, najua ni kazi mob. But si tunalipwa tufanye kazi. Kuna youth, sports, gender. Hapo sasa, hapo gender ndio noma. But wangeweka gender na arts and culture iko kwa gender. Waeke kwa youth. Juu youth ndio arts. Kuna time nilikuwa natafuta sponsorship, nikaenda kwa ofisi ya youth. Alafu venye alifungua proposal, akaniambia hii ni arts. Juu ilikuwa event. So, unaget na ICT, maybe tusiende sana. But I'm sure we can have 14 cabinet secretaries. Livestock and mining. Livestock, mining, agriculture, pap. Nipatie ingine. We can get to 14, bro. Unaget?
Eric, let me ask. Kuna those comments that Farah Maalim made. And yesterday he was summoned by the NCIC. Akasema he couldn't make it because of unavoidable circumstances. We also have another legislator who made the same comments in 2023. It almost feels like they're being a bit lenient to people who are now doing hate speech. What are your comments on that?
Farah Maalim, wewe ni Farah. Wewe ni Farah, una akili. Wewe unanikasirisha, ni mpumbavu. He's stupid. He's an idiot. How can you go to a microphone like this? You are not even a parent. You are not a human being. You are a demon. Hizo vitu vya Rwanda. You are very stupid, Mr. Farah. Wacha nikutukane because you deserve it. You are idiotic. You are nonsensical. You are a murderer. You do not deserve to be a leader. By all means, Farah Maalim, I was shaking. I don't understand how you are still in office in 2024. How my MPs mutuachie. President Ruto utuachie wa wakena Farah. You need to resign. It was going to be very bad for him. He said that if he was president, he would have killed. Hata angesema 1, ningejam. He didn't say 2. He didn't say 10. He didn't say 100. He didn't say 1,000. He said he would have killed at least 1,000. So he could have 5,000 youths. I genuinely, I just lost. You are a fool. If I meet you, I would go to jail. I would punch you so hard. I don't know if you have children. We are all humans. And you are an idiot of the highest order. You are a murderer. If I were you, I would leave this country for at least 20 years. And the fact that you spoke it in Somali, it means it came from your heart. We are having issues and discussions of how we can lift a nation from poverty. We can lift a nation from nepotism, tribalism, and we've made so many gains from independence. You are an idiot. And if I meet you, I will beat you. You deserve a punch on the nose. Because sometimes, my dear, Hilda, life kuna time ya lunch, kuna time ya nini. That's why kuna vitu tulirepeal kama death sentence, kuna vitu tulichange juu tuna grow as human beings. But we must deal with you scathingly when you can speak, so that you become an example. Farah, Maalim, do MPs resign? What do they do? They can resign. Please, sir. That's the only respect nimekupea. No, hizo ni politics. Si wakina nani hawa ODM rebels walikuwa recalled. Farah, Maalim, please resign today. We are not going to allow. You saw the Gen Zs died. Uliona mtu alipigiwa brain ikatoka. Kuna mtoto pale amekufa hata hatujamzika. This thing is a very serious thing. Yeah? This thing is a very serious thing that is going on. It's spiritual. We had a young person sit on the speaker's chair and hold the speaker's scepter. The power is with the people. Please, I'm advising you. Do not wait for us to come for you. It will be ugly. Cool our tempers by resigning. You will not be in that office in the next 1 month. I hope you clip at Ayona. It is uncouth, it is inhuman to imagine that people's children, to a multitude of 5,000, have been massacred. It's a genocide. And mimi nimezika ndugu yangu pale. Hakuuliwa, alikufa na accident. Nilimwona kwa coffin hivi. Mpaka leo kuna time silalangi. Una get? Mtu alishutiwa juzi. Nimemwona hivi. Tulikuwa na kina Trudy. Na bullets zake. Nikalia tena. Alafu nikaenda online nikaona a whole MP. Akona watoto? Akona wife? A whole MP. Do you think I can do the parliament? Farah, Maalim, don't go back to the parliament. I swear to God, when the parliament resumes, don't bring me back to Mandamano na says Ruto ameanza kuosha. Farah, Maalim, do not attempt to go back to the building that is the parliament of the Republic of Kenya. I repeat, Farah, Maalim, stay in your house. Try. I dare you, Farah, Maalim, I dare you to get into your car and attempt, don't even do, to go to the Kenyan parliament. Try.
Right.
To change your topic.
Whatever is happening right now on the internet, Kenya has been placed as the giants of Africa following the Gen Z protests. Baada kuona hii protest imeendelea hivi mali imefika. We still have hope.
Kenya is trending worldwide. We were discussed in the Ghanaian parliament. We were discussed in the Tanzanian parliament. There is maandamano going on in Nigeria. There is, I've seen a poster kama yetu wamechukua wakachange tu jina ya Uganda ya Occupy Parliament Uganda. Kenya ndio everyone is looking. Nimeona Miladawa alipost kitu akasema Kenya is a hero, the rest of Africa and the world are looking to Kenya. Venye Ruto ali dissolve parliament. Kenya is shining. Kenya has shown that power is with the people. Kenya is seen as the most democratic even the space we had to enter the parliament. So it's a win, not just in Africa, at America. So to see lose plug, to see lose. Bwana President, mimi leo na applause, to see lose. Sasa unaona nimejamii kitu ya Farah. Ya na hiyo tadili nao baadaye. Hata nipoa bring up, asanteni. To see lose hiyo tusipochunga tutapita US.
And maybe, do you think the Gen Zs have done enough, or they still need to, for lack of a better word, still inject more?
So what Gen Zs need to do is continue applying the pressure, continue injecting. When you gain ground and gains, breathe, retreat, re-strategize.
Yeah.
Ukipiga watu hao wazee watatutoka. Sema nyi pia sasa muende shule. So pia tuko na wisdom. Yeah? Ruto alikuja akasema I concede. Do you know what it takes for a president to say I concede? Unajua wa presidents wa Afrika wewe? Imagine huyu neighbor wetu asema I concede. Wacha niseme jina yake juu niko na show huko next week. Akuja aseme I concede. Iwezi. So Gen Zs, let us be strategic. Let us be also wise. Number 2, and this is the most important part. Na hii mkate munipatie ni post. Gen Zs, we have a lot of gains, we can lose those gains. Our only insurance, na hii ni campaign tunaanza next month. Our only assurance and insurance, make sure uko na kitambulisho ID. Na make sure umechukua kura. Have an ID, have a voters card. Alafu weke kwa wallet. So Ruto akichoma tunaenda kwa barabara, but tunamwambia sawa tu. Asipochoma, that is our insurance. Tusi celebrate, tuseme hey, turudi Milan. Ni sawa tu tuende Milan, lakini siku ya election tusilewe. Hizo campaigns tutazifanya. We are about to start talking to young people. Our insurance, our power is in 2027. So that's my message to Gen Z and millennials. Hata wale wako form 4. Wale wako form 4. Wale wataona hii clip maybe next year ama next month ama in December. Chukua ID, chukua kura, that is our protection. Yeah. Wakienda kututoka, tunawatoka.
Thanks.
Just a few questions. In the event that hatujaiona president mwenye amekaa one term, na watu wanasema saa hii there's a possibility that our president might be a one-term president, and we have seen him make the changes. If he does the right changes, are Kenyans willing to give him a second term? And the other question is, hypothetically speaking, ukapewa chance ya kukuwa one of the CSs, which ministry would you feel, this I would lead well?
I have been Churchill aliniokota lini 28 aliniokota huko Daystar at River. I have been a comedian, an artist for 16 going 17 years. I have fought for young people. I have fought for artists, Play 75. I understand artists and young people. I don't want to talk about the CSS. Right now, there's a reason I'm pushing the Mama Mboga. But what I will tell you, Mr. President, look for some of us. That's what I'll tell the president. Mr. Nipewe CS. I'd be happier. Mr. President, look for some of us and just ask us questions. Kuna vitu siwezi ambia online media, but nazambia Ruto. Look for some of us. Kuna vitu siwezi sema hapa zitachoma ama watu wachukue hizo vitu waende wauzie Ruto. But for now, what I'll say is, Mr. President, look for some of us, because morally speaking, we have the authority to give you a few of tips here and there. Sisi tumekuwa tukipigania. Just look for some of us. Hivyo tu. But I wanted to say this tukimaliza. If umeuliza about one term. So this is it. If Ruto has an opportunity to be the best president in Kenya or in Africa, if Ruto appoints a Mama Mboga or a boda, if Ruto dismisses the IG, if Ruto dismisses all parastatals, and if Ruto strives to try and reduce counties, Ruto will do 2 terms and will be elected overwhelmingly in 2027. atashinda. Hakuna Uhuru, Kibaki, Kenyatta, Moi atakuwa elected na Gen Z. Atadu 2 terms, ataacha legacy if he does all those things.
All right. Thank you so much.